What is going on? It is Joe Cashflow, and it is the Joe Cashflow live show. Oh my God. We got some topics to talk about tonight. Oh, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. And here's a good thing. Whoo! You know what? It's good to be on. It's been an amazing week. I hope you had an amazing April because it is. It's May 3rd. And it's Friday night, and I know all my entrepreneurs, all my business people, you're here to get entertained. You're here to hear what Joe Cashflow got to talk about when it comes down to money and different things. And this show was created for you. It's been a long week. All the real entrepreneurs are about to still get it in on Saturday because the people that do 9 to 5, it's Monday through Friday, and then you still got Saturday. You're getting ready, but you want to get on the show to get entertained and learn about money and talk about money and do all kind of stuff with money. And so, you know what? I said, well, we need to create a show on Friday nights just for you at 10 o'clock. So, what are we talking about tonight? Oh my God, I got my notes, I got my phone. And by the way, I hope you guys love the new streaming software. Oh, we had to do an upgrade. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Man, thank y'all for jumping on this bad boy tonight. Man, the streaming upgrade. My boy, shout out to my boy Rion. He got me on StreamYard, and I'm like so much crispier. I got my little overlays and all this stuff. So, we upgraded. We're going to keep upgrading. We're going to get this thing going. So, tonight we are talking about AI is going to take your job. Man, and I don't know if y'all know what's going on with AI right now. AI is getting really weird. We're talking about major science fiction is happening today. I'm talking about, you remember when Star Wars came out? And, well, some of us don't remember when Star Wars came out. Shoot, I wasn't even born when Star Wars came out. But remember on Star Wars, and these robots was doing everything. They could do any and everything, right? It was just some weird stuff happening, and all these different shows that would give us this premonition of the future, right? Artificial intelligence, of course. My favorite one. Let me tell you my favorite artificial intelligent movie that I don't know. To me, I think it's most people. It's I'll be back, right? I've always been the worst with accents. I know I'm terrible with accents. But here's the thing: that boy Terminator. Come on, everybody knows Terminator. And oh man, what was it? Oh, Skynet. Skynet, man. Every time you watch Terminator, Skynet, you're like, dude, is Alexa gonna turn into Skynet? You know what I'm saying? Siri, what's gonna happen? Because people already got them control. Matter of fact, remember that Disney movie where it was the house that came alive and was doing everything? This is AI. This is technology. We don't know how creepy this thing is going to get, but what we do know is that it is starting to take jobs. Matter of fact, in my local area, I'm in the Texas area near Austin, and Austin has one of the biggest Tesla plants. It's actually going to be the biggest one once this gets done. And half the whole plant is literally getting built, and it's robots. Now they got humans, right? Natural born humans being born, not born there, but working there. But what's going to end up happening? Smart house. That's it. Smart house. Thank you, Ali. It's smart house. Disney. That was, I don't care what anybody says, 1998. You talking about creepy movies that kids should not watch. Smart House is one of them for sure. 98. Why did you guys make us do that? Chucky was one of them for me too. I was scared of Chucky. I guess Chucky's AI but spiritual. But either way, here's the thing, man. You had a lot of stuff going on. And you're looking at Tesla has a whole center, and they got regular human beings working there, that people with organs and emotions. And they're starting to lay them off in droves because while they're working, they're literally watching their competitor. Think about it, they're watching their competitor being built, and they know half of the whole building is going to literally be the Giga Center is literally going to be robotics and AI. And what are they doing? They're still working there, and now they're starting to get laid off, and they're crying and complaining. I might even have to pull that up. I don't even know if I'm allowed to pull that up. The Facebook group, I snuck into one Tesla Facebook group. I got that actually from my friend Allie. So shout out to her. I snuck into the Tesla group, and they're just complaining. But I'm like, dude, you've seen this happening. You've seen it happen. You knew it was time. You knew what time it was. There, you got Billy the robot, Jane AI, and all of this sitting here getting built right in front of your eyes to take your job. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about AI. Now, tonight's show is going to include a couple of different things. It's going to be included with, we got some reaction content. This would be some fun reaction content. We're going to react to a YouTube video. We have, of course, some articles that we're going to read, and we're going to go through. And we're also going to go through a couple of different things and opinions. I'm very curious of what's going to happen. Now, here's the thing. Let me give you at least the topics. We're going to talk about how AI has entered the fast food industry. And what does that mean? I don't know if you know this, but California raising their minimum wage to $20 an hour. People have no, I can't wait for my pick. People have no idea what this could possibly mean for them in California and business owners and different things. So we'll talk about that from that perspective. We're going to go and we're going to talk about the drones that's flying around that Amazon's trying to get done. We're going to talk about Uber, like in Austin, there's literally cars driving around with nobody in the front seat at all. And they talk about this thing is going to be the new taxi. So, Uber driverless cars with Tesla involved in that whole situation, which is a whole crazy fit. This Joe Cashflow is going to help you out, save you some money, make you some money, and have you actually thinking the right way. Because that's what I'm here to do for you. Let's see. And we have AI could be replacing up to 300 million jobs in the very near future. Freaky stuff. I want to say it is. Let me go to. I'm gonna pull up the actual article for everybody, of course, but I just want to make sure I've seen that. Yeah, 300 million jobs, 300 million full-time jobs. Very, very soon that AI could be replacing, which is going to be kind of crazy. We're going to talk about that. And then last but not least, we're going to go through some opinions and what the future holds. And of course, we'll even talk about some opportunities. So let's go ahead and get right down to the show. If you don't know this, by the way, you're thinking, well, Joe, what is AI? What is AI? What is artificial intelligence? How does this whole thing work? Well, let me break this down to you in a very, very simple way. Do you know that your beautiful cell phone you have here has so much AI technology, but one of the main ones is Siri. Matter of fact, even your iMessage, even your predictive text is AI. So you've already been surrounded by it, right? That's why none of us can spell no more. Like, I already couldn't spell, first of all. Hopefully you don't judge me, but I already was a person that could not spell. But predictive text, it's a wrap. Like, I literally would think of a word, and then I would go in my text. Who else does this? Seriously. Don't judge me. Judge yourself. Who else goes to their text box and yeah, Allen Iverson. Yeah, AI stands for AI. Man, you know what, Allen Iverson, if you ever listen to this, you can actually build like a basketball company, call it AI by Iverson, and everyone's going to be like, dang, we're going to talk. We're going to talk, but we got to lawyer up so we can get the deal done. Here's the thing. So I know me. I'll go to it and I'll go to my text, and then if I can't think of a word, I'll do what? I'll just text it in there, right? I'll just text the whole word in there to see how it goes. That's pretty much how I've always done it. But AI is all around you. AI is all around you. But AI is going to be taking some jobs. Very simple. Now, we're going to go to a HubSpot article, and we're going to look at really quick what they're saying, artificial intelligence jobs. This is the first story that we're going to go through. What jobs can be replaced? Now, this is HubSpot, right? So let's go here and let's, by the way, I really, really love this new technology I have here. I am elated with this new beautiful toy I have at my disposal here. It's making things so easy right now. Okay, cool. So this is HubSpot article, which is saying it was safe in 2023. Of course, it's 2024, but this is very relevant. We're starting to see what happens. So 10 jobs AI can replace. Now, well, let me go back to the top. It says a quarter of workers are worried that there is even a website called Will Robots Take My Job? Interesting, explore, understand the facts to give you about AI. Okay, got it. It's already happening. AI once posed the most significant disruption to assembly lines, right? This has already kind of been going on. Okay. For example, salespeople are using AI to analyze sales faster, already using it to streamline routing processes and helping customers, right? We've heard of ChatGPT, but here's a few that is going to be actually literally AI can replace pretty soon. 10 jobs. Telemarketing. By the way, everybody gets those robocalls. Bookkeeping clerks, compensation and benefit managers, receptionists, carriers, proofreaders, computer support specialists, market research analysts, advertising sales people, and retail salespeople. I don't know if we understand why this is an incredibly a big deal. Think about this with me. Retail salespeople, like malls are kind of coming back, but retail salespeople are a backbone of our shopping experience. So, like, think about J.C. Penney's, think about Dillard's, think about Macy's, think about these companies that was really, really affected during during COVID, but they've been kind of being affected since with the online industry. But now they're affected even more. Now, think about this whole thing. They're like, you know what? We've been spending a lot of money on real estate. People aren't going in as much as they used to. They're kind of doing different things with the mall. And now they could possibly use AI to get rid of a lot of retail workers. Now, why is this also important? Retail workers, fast food, this is kind of the job that I don't want to use the word everybody can get, but it has always been the type of job that everybody can get. And so you're thinking about, man, retail workers can be affected. Imagine going to Macy's and you're thinking, you know what, I want to buy a t-shirt and this little, Lily the robot comes up, rolls up, right? You got to think about Star Wars, right? You remember you had R2D2? So these things is like, imagine like a little Lily R2D2 pulls up and like, hey, it sounds like Siri. Matter of fact, maybe even sounds like you because these things are getting weird. And then they're like, look, what are you looking for? Now, here's the crazy part. You know how like you'll tell a retail salesperson, like, I'm going out. It's tonight or tomorrow night. I need a dress for a gala. I need a suit for a gala. This is what I'm looking for. Lily the robot goes, boom, puts like a 3D scan up on your screen, shows you all this crazy different items in the store, and you're like, okay. Then it takes like a visual of you. It's like, and it starts before you even go to the dressing room. Starts fitting close to you, like, man, this is what it's going to look good on you. And you're just talking to Lily the robot because this thing is powered by ChatGPT, and of course, it's also powered by Skynet. We already know this. And then guess what? It's like, hey, looks good. You like, Lily, this looks amazing. And boom. Another robot comes out, has the outfit, and they're like, hey, this is going to get me to my other subject. But they're like, hey, you don't even need to take this to the bags. It goes to the back. The Amazon robot drone comes, picks it up. By the time you get home, the box is at home. This is what AI is going to be about. This is what AI is going to be about. So retail workers are absolutely screwed in a couple of years. I just ran down the whole play with that. Now, let's keep going. Telemarketing. There is literally this app. Oh man, I wish I would have had this pulled up, but that's okay. I'm about to pull it up right now. It is an app, and this particular telemarketing app. Let's. Oh man, I gotta pull this bad boy up. You guys gotta see this. This thing, telemarketing app. Telemarketing AI. Which one is it? It is, dude, this thing, I've been seeing it because I was thinking about buying it for my business. What was it called? AI revamping the call center experience. Either way, here's the point. You're going to start getting calls by these telemarketing. Look at this. Hold on. You guys got to at least see this. Let me add this. Let me add this one here. Share screen. Boom. So they have all this stuff about how AI is going to be taking over with this thing. Predictive call routing. It's going to get super, super weird. So just, you're thinking you're going to be talking to a regular person. And like, look at this. For companies like Health Insurance Giant Humana, that's saying there's some challenges because they have people who are licensed. But there's a lot of things. We're going to get calls through telemarketing. So here's the point. Telemarketing is one of them as well. That's the point. Telemarketing is 100% one of them. And when you look at what is going to happen with just getting robocalls, thinking you're talking to a person, is going to be crazy. But what's more important than this? Jobs. How many jobs are going to actually get lost? Like call center jobs. I don't know. I worked a call center job, for instance. I don't know if you've worked a call center job. I worked a call center job. Actually, I've had 2 call center jobs. I worked for, you know what? I can't remember the first one. I was too young. But the one I do remember was Capital One. I worked for Capital One Banking, and I was calling during the financial crisis. And I kind of remember the script. I was the senior account supervisor. I was actually inbound, so I was the last man on defense. My first job was outbound, inbound, and you would get a call center job because it was a guaranteed job. You didn't have to search so much for a call center job. You got paid, and it was easy to get paid. And all these people who think that they're going to have these jobs, like these guaranteed jobs that you can always lean back on. If this doesn't work for me, I can just go to a call center. I can just do retail. The robots are taking over. Terminator's taking over. So you got to really look at what you can do. Now, I'm going to get too far ahead of myself because I really want to get to the point where we're going to cook in this episode. A few other ones that it's saying that is going to take over. A few other things that is taking over. Some kind of simple ones that you would think are simple, but there's so many people right now that with proofreaders, could be taking over, proofreader, computer support specialist, which actually you got to think about. That one really does make sense because you don't really need a human to work with the computer if the AI can work with a computer. Market research analyst, right now I use that in my business. I use AI to do market research. Now, I want to do a quick reaction video because we're a good time into the thing. So of course, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, whether you're watching live right now or you're going to be watching Joe Cashflow after the fact. Please, please, please hit the like, hit the subscribe. let's get this bad boy pushed out, because out of my first couple of episodes, this one affects so many people. So we definitely want to get this one pushed out. Now, here's the thing. I want to do a reaction video by Patrick Bet-David. Did a video. It's a very, very short video that he did. Let me see. Let me get this queued up here. Here we go. Let's get this one queued up. And we're going to do a nice little reaction video to Patrick Bet-David. The AI revolution, will robots take your job? So we're going to react to this, and then we're going to get right back to some of the news article, and we'll get back to HubSpot to see what jobs that HubSpot believes that they're going to keep. Now, you know what? I didn't even go through this. Let me go through this really quick, because I wanted to hit this point. So right here, when we was talking about jobs AI can take, future of employment study likelihood 99%, crazy. We talked about book 96%, 99%, receptions 96%. This is the percentage likelihood that your job is going to get taken in the very, very near future. This was saying in literally 2023, by the way. Look at just computer support analysts. The field is projected to 6.2% by 2031. Man, so this bad boy is just going to be taking jobs like crazy. And by the way, a lot of these jobs are all over the place. So it's like future of employment study likelihood 92%. Will robots take my job? Likely 66%. Everybody kind of knows this is the retail person. Okay, so I want to kind of react before we go through jobs that can't be replaced. And this is HubSpot, so we're going to hit a couple of them, but HubSpot is saying what jobs can be replaced. But I want to do a quick reaction to our good friend Patrick Bet-David, and let's hear what he has to say with his article on AI revolution. And let me get something going here. So, of course, we want to make sure that we're not doing anything wrong. So let's get something played. Hopefully the music is not too loud. And let's actually check out this video that Patrick Bet-David made.
To World Economic Forum, 85.
By the way, if you're watching it right now live, if you can do me a really quick favor and just let me know if you can hear the audio of Patrick Bet-David, and just please let me know if the background sound is not too loud. All right, so off the top, he's already talking about, look at this real quick.
Million jobs will be replaced by AI by 2025. And on top of that, PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, set an estimated 30% of all.
So I don't know if y'all already saw that part. Really quickly, by the way, I have not watched this whole video. 2025, that's a lot of jobs.
At PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, set an estimated 30% of all jobs will be replaced by AI in mid-30s. Goldman Sachs said 300 million jobs are going to be replaced, but a data came out with.
By the way, Goldman Sachs, keep in mind, Goldman Sachs is, I don't know if you know, this is kind of a big deal. If Goldman Sachs is talking about how old is the video, oh, that's a great question. Let's see, how old is this video? Uh-oh. This video is, I don't know. Oh, February 28, 2024. It's February 28, 2024. That's how old this video is. So this video Pat just put this video out. All right, let's see.
Which is very crazy, breaking down Who does AI hurt the most, men or women? Whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asians. Those with a high school diploma, those with bachelors, those with masters. And then what jobs are going to be replaced? What jobs are going to be protected? And then what new skill sets are on the rise? We're going to talk about all of that.
All right, he's got a little intro music about to play. So I am going to I don't want to hit any of his intro music because I have no idea what it's about. So fast forward a little bit.
Channel. So check this out. According to McKinsey, by 2030, at least 14% of employees globally might need to change their careers due to digitization, robotics, and AI advancements. So what is...
By 2030, that's a big number. 14% by 2030. 14% by 2030. Where did I put my pen at? You know, I got my little notepad right next to me, you know what I mean? 14% by 2030. That's a I don't know about y'all, but 2030 is like 6 years from now. So that's a big number. Yes, exactly. 6 years.
This Pew Research saying on who's going to be affected by AI? If you look at this chart here, look what it says. What shares of workers are the most exposed to AI in their jobs? So men, 17%. Women, 21%, more than men. Whites, 20%. Blacks.
So off the top, we're gonna hit the other ones, but for sure, just look at this. So, a worker is going to be affected. Women more than men. More than likely, the reason women more than men is there is physical labor jobs that we know is out here. I seen my internet pop up. Let me give it a second. I know the internet popped up, so the stream might have got a little bit affected here. See if we can get something going. It's getting cleared up. Okay, it looks like it's getting cleared up. So, more than likely, a lot of those jobs are going to be physical labor jobs. So, I just want to bring that up. Physical labor jobs is probably going to be the ones that's affected the most, while more women than men. But obviously, we're going to keep watching the video. Let's see.
Only 15%. Hispanics, only 13. Asians, highest, 24. AI.
You know, that's kind of weird. I got to go back really quickly. Blacks, less affected than whites. Interesting. Hispanics, less affected than blacks and whites. But Asians, more affected. I'm curious. By the way, he didn't go through this part, but look at this. Affected less than high school. So most people with a bachelor's degree, I'm guessing Pat's going to go through this part. But more people with a bachelor's degree, I'm guessing is going to be affected by AI. That's kind of interesting. Let's keep going.
20%. Blacks, only 15%. Hispanics, only 13. Asians, highest, 24. AI is going to impact Asians the most, according to this. Then it goes to education. Less than high school diploma, it's not going to affect you. Why, though, somebody may ask. High school diploma, 12%. Some college, 19%. Look.
This is exactly what I want to know. Like, so essentially, right now, I don't go to high school, I got a job. Is that what we're saying? If I don't go to high school, I have a job. Interesting. Okay.
Bachelors. The most educated people who have gone to this school and educational system that we have, that we're going to be all free if we get this degree. They are the ones, 27% most likely to be impacted by AI. But I'm following what you're telling me to do. I went to school. I got this degree. How can this impact me? There's a reason for it. Let's break it down. Because on this next page, it talks about what jobs are going to be automated. Number one.
This is the part that I think is the biggest thing. What jobs are going to be automated? Oh, crap. I just thought about something while I'm streaming. I just thought about something. Wait a minute. My bad, y'all. I really had to. crap. Okay, well, this is clearly live because it just hit me. This is why you need AI. I meant to have this thing recorded. Dang it. Oh well, I'll get the YouTube link. All right, I'm gonna have to cut that part. So let's keep going. But that's what I'm kind of curious about, what jobs are going to be happening.
1. Customer service representative, automated. Receptionist, automated. Accountant person, automated. Salespeople, automated. Research and analysis, automated. Warehouse work, automated. Insurance underwriting, automated. Retail, automated. Now here's something that says.
So this is pretty much spot on with the HubSpot article we was talking about. What's going to be getting automated, what's not going to be automated. That AI is going to be doing. But this is saying purely automated. So that's
which jobs will not be replaced at all. Number 1 is teachers, which I don't know about that because I think a lot of teachers, how many people are taking Udemy classes?
Exactly. Thank you, Pat. There's a lot, like teachers, come on, man. There's a lot of basic subjects that kids are on tablets more than ever anyway. So there's a lot of basic subjects that you could essentially just teach your kid through an AI robot on these platforms. So that's not a very difficult thing. I mean, okay.
And there's going to be these videos that are being made that are faceless videos. It's just audio, put the content, go. You know how many YouTubers right now have millions of subscribers? You don't ever see a face. It's just automated. You can create content now. Did you watch the video of Sam Altman talking about the new advanced AI, what it's doing? A guy says here.
By the way, if you don't know who Sam Altman is the guy that has ChatGPT. So Sam Altman invented ChatGPT.
Here, let me show you guys what this got hundreds of millions of views on social. We'll give you an example of it. One guy says, how about a person walking in the streets of Japan while it's snowing? Advanced AI just made that video and it looks 100% real.
Full on freaky show. That was kind of freaky.
What if somebody is stuck in, space and he's wearing a red something hat or whatever it was? That person is created walking on space, going to a spaceship. All of these people.
Bro, the Terminator is coming. The Terminator is coming. I'm having a little bit of stream issues. Let me see something. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Terminator's coming. This is getting interesting already.
Bro, putting the stuff within seconds, that video pops up. You know what happens to the.
Now I'm thinking about it, like you talking about me and my business. I do a lot of video. I'm always creating content, and you're looking at like commercials that you can do, and you can have AI just kind of record the commercial, and then it's gonna be sick.
The film industry, I need a scene with somebody going through this. Boom, within seconds. You know what's going to happen with editors? I mean, obviously, no one's listening to you or editors. Do you know what's going to happen to these editors? I have 2 editors here right now asking me to be a construction worker at the end of this video. I told them, no, Sam and Mike, you're going to be editing. Teachers, in my opinion, will be affected by this. But in this opinion, according to Pew, they're not going to be. We'll see who's right. Lawyers and judges will not be affected by it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Lawyers and judges not going to be affected.
Bunch of judgmental people. Directors, managers, and CEOs won't be affected by it.
Yeah, who's going to run the company? Well, of course, until, Smart House takes over. So those things are going to happen.
HR managers won't be affected by it. Psychologists and psychiatrists, you're safe. Surgeons.
I completely disagree. People already turn to all kind of things that are robotic to relieve stress. More than likely, if you can get your stress relieved by other types of robots, eventually you're going to be able to talk to one, and it's going to be able to, do the whole psychology thing, and it's probably going to do something else. So I think that one could be wrong as well. Now, surgeons, we already know this.
Agents, you're safe for the time being. Computer system analysts, you're safe. Artists and writers, although some people may say ChatGPT starting to write a script. If you want to go on ChatGPT and say, write me a hip hop song in the words of the way Tupac would speak, but the way that Trump speaks. And then boom, you put it together. You can write music nowadays. How many people that are writing lyrics are using ChatGPT today that maybe they didn't have that 20 years ago? Maybe some of that is also being automated. Now, on the rise, according to World Economic Forum, number one.
Yeah, so this is where, let me see. This is kind of, Tupac and Trump is kind of crazy combo. That's what I'm saying. A Tupac Trump. Imagine that type of diss. I don't even know how that would go. Should I try it? Let's see. Let me think. The Orange Man with Tupac dissing Biden or something, or Obama. You know how that goes. Or whoever, because Trump's going to diss everybody. Oh, man. Come with me. I don't know. We'll just keep it going. Let me just keep it going.
Creative thinking.
But wait. Those skills. Let's go back. That's skills. Top 10 skills on the rise. That's kind of dumb. 2024. You know what? Exactly. Trump Shakur 2024. I mean, some people, by the way, I got to say this. Wait, I actually have to take the full screen for this one moment. There is people, like my brother-in-law actually believes Tupac is still alive. And I thought he was joking, but he for sure believes Tupac is still alive. Trump 2024, Trump, yeah. So you know what? How wild would that be if Trump comes out and Tupac is with them, and they're like, yeah, Trump pop 2024. Come out to like Dear Mama. I don't even know, man. Hail Mary. That would be kind of crazy. Either way, I don't know what this show just turned into, because full on conspiracy theory. Let's get back to it with this whole thing here. Now, I want to show this. Top 10 skills on the rise. Look at all the skills that's on.
According to World.
I'm sorry. Look at all the skills that's on the rise. Creative thinking, analytical thinking, technology literacy, curiosity and lifelong learning, resilience, flexibility, and agility, system thinking, AI, big data, motivation and self-awareness, talent management, service orientation. So here's the thing. If you're asking me what job, what career could you build a business in? Let's talk money really quickly. What career could you build a business in right now? If you just know how to think, this is clearly the separator that AI can. Because what does AI do? AI takes what we say, our actions, and then it formulates, its little formulas and what it can do, and then it just reacts to it. But it's not us. It can't think like us. That's going to always be your edge. Especially if you want a different career, you want to keep a job, or you want to start a business, you want to compete against artificial intelligence. What you need to be able to do, you want to compete against artificial intelligence. All you got to do is be able to think. If you think more than the robot can think, and we built them, we built robots, we built AI. When you think, you're gonna win. You just got to be creative. That's all that is. So I love that these are the skills that's on the rise, and that's just thinking. All right, let's keep going.
Economic Forum. Number one, creative thinking. I don't know if Klaus Schwab knows. That's been on the rise for a long time, but these guys just figured it out, so they put it on the list. Creative thinking, folks.
Yeah, we're going to listen to a little bit of what Pat got to say for a little bit on this, and then we're going to end this part.
On the rise. For the first time in the history of mankind, we like creative thinking. Number two, analytical thinking. This is the first time we've ever valued analytical thinking, folks. It's never happened before, but today we value it. Number three, technological literacy. Okay, maybe that's a new one right there. Four, curiosity and lifelong learning. I value that. Number five, resilience, flexibility, and agility. 6, system thinking. 7, AI and big data. 8, motivation and self-awareness.
I mean, I agree. It's going to be very hard to get motivated by AI.
9, talent management. And 10, service orientation and customer service. By the way, I fully agree with all these 10. I don't know if it's on the rise. It's always been valuable, but it's probably more valuable today than ever before because most people who know how to do this use a machine. May not be able to see, which, by the way, I agree with this list. I think this is an evergreen list that's going to help you out, especially today with all the stuff that's going on AI. But if you notice one thing on the list that's not on there, you notice it's not saying problem solving. It's not saying.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was 100% thinking the same thing.
Dealing with other people, teamwork, maybe because they don't believe we're going to be working together. That's what World Economic Forum thinks. They're thinking everyone's going to be working from their home or a little cubicle in the house. So you don't have to learn how to interact with people. This customer service, but that's not on the list. Although I would put that on the list for conflict resolution. You're always
yeah, that's a big one for sure.
Going to need that. All right, so for some of you that want some high-paying jobs according to what the current market is looking at, here's the 10 highest-paying AI jobs and best.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. I didn't know we was going to go through the 10 highest paying, but come on, Pat. Uncle Pat, let's break this down. I want to know what the 10 highest paying jobs are because at the end of the day, you want some cash flow and you're going to work for somebody, you might as well get some high-paying jobs.
Salaries of 2024. Number 1, machine learning engineer, $109,000 average salary. AI engineer, $160,000. Data scientist, $65,000. Computer vision engineer, $168,000. Natural language processing engineer, $86,000. Deep learning engineer, $141,000. AI research scientist, $115,000. Business development manager, $196,000. AI product manager, $128,000. And AI consultant, $125,000. So if you're watching this, you're sitting there saying, Pat, I'm a little worried. Are you telling me my job's going to be replaced? It depends. If you sit there and do nothing about it, yeah, probably it is. By the way, everything in life, whether it's your career, business, marriage, kids, politics, everything's about leverage. So what does it mean about leverage? What leverage do you have in the economy for the economy to say, damn, we need this guy. We can't lose this guy. What leverage do you have? What's your
Exactly.
leverage? What's the leverage for your husband to say, man, freaking this wife, a wife of mine is amazing. She's such a great mother. She does this, she does that. What's the leverage for a husband? Your wife, man, my husband's freaking amazing. What leverage do you have for your kids when they get married and have their own kids and have a choice between going to different in-laws to choosing you over the other in-law? What leverage do you have?
Yep. And that's the thing, man. You want to start building some cash flow. You want to start making some real money. Everything truly is about leverage. Leverage. You leverage the technology, you leverage the business. You just leverage this thing. Come on, man. Pat, he kind of going hard on you right now.
Leverage do you have for people to want? Everything is about leverage and what you bring to the marketplace. So for those, a guy calls me the other day saying, hey, Pat, are you noticing your YouTube views dropping? So not right now. He says, because a lot of us who are talking to each other, we're feeling it, and we're noticing that this is what's going on with us. And I said, listen, it's because you're doing the same content you did 4 years ago. What's changed about your content? Algorithms get bored. Audience gets bored. There's a lot of YouTubers that have 3, 4, 5, 10 million subscribers that there is no new audience that's interested in their content today.
Yeah, what's changed? What's changed? What is going to change for you?
Because you already know what they stand for. So no matter what it is, don't let this be a fear of AI. This is everything in life. If your business doesn't improve, clients are going to go elsewhere. If your vision is not real and the people working for your company don't see you driving towards the vision, they're going to go find somebody that's got a real vision instead of just talking about they got a vision. So let's talk about it. Number 1, constant learning and improving. As long as you're ahead of the game, you don't have to worry about being replaced because you're constantly improving yourself. Number 2, soft skills. Yes,
Yep. Soft skills, man. Pat laid on them. Soft skills is really everything in life. Like I don't even like me. I run $1 million business. I don't have a college degree, but one thing that I have is great soft skills.
We're probably going an era where we're going to be working with a lot of computers, machines, and maybe some people are going to be working from home. But I'm here to tell you, people are going to want to go to a market to be around other people. No matter how much they try to do the ebooks, no matter how much they do ebooks, okay, I'm gonna go read ebooks. That's what I'm gonna do, and bookstores are gonna go away. We still wanna go to Barnes & Noble. There's a market to wanna go to Barnes & Noble. No matter how much they do, hey, I want food to be delivered to my house. People wanna go to a place where there's people. They don't want to, no matter how much you get to watch every big concert in the world, you can watch it here. Why did Taylor Swift break the record for concerts? Why?
Exactly. Pat, man, look, Pat is kind of cooking. Everything is experience too. This is AI is going to take your job, but the biggest reason is experience. People are still willing to pay for the experience. I'm going to get to the other point, and this is so important. Man, I don't even know. Pat is kind of cooking on here right now.
Why would people want to go see her physically? They can watch the damn video for free because we need to be around other people. That's how God created us. So don't fall for this foolish trap of we don't need to learn how to get along with other people and develop soft skills. Number 3, be agile, be nimble, and be ready to adapt because at any point things can move very quickly, right? And last but not least, anticipate. Think like a general. What could potentially happen in the next 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years within my industry, and how can I have an advantage? How can I position myself in a way to win? If you're just sitting there still using the same software and you're like, oh my God, look what they're doing to editing with AI. This is so deeply concerning. No, how can I use this to provide a better product for my clients that they're going to sit there and say, shit, you're doing this and this and this. The other guy's done. Good for you. You're not a lazy guy. There's in every possible way. If you find a way to have leverage by differentiating yourself against your competitors, you don't have a lot to worry about in the market of capitalism because the market's always going to want people that innovate, improve, and anticipate what's to come next. Having said that, if you enjoyed this video, there's another video I want you to watch. We did a video on deep fakes and AI.
Sick. Okay. Appreciate it. The boy Uncle Pat, Valuetainment. Shout out to Patrick Bet-David and Valuetainment. Great video. So, biggest key points is very simple. AI is going to take your job, but most of them. But one of the careers that stood out to me was very simple. Business developer management, 196. That was one of the highest incomes. Why? Because at the end of the day, even though AI can do the main jobs, mundane jobs, the everyday, the predictable work, somebody still has to be the management. Somebody still has to develop the strategy. AI can only develop based off the past and kind of do some prediction. But guess what? Somebody's got to develop it. But the biggest thing is leverage. It's leverage. Like he's talked about, man, like leverage. You got to leverage the tools. If you're in a job that can get replaced, you need to be at the supervisor manager position so you can leverage it. And the biggest key, like at the end, experience. Keyword. We're going to keep talking about this because even though we're going to go through some more of the articles, I want to at least help you understand that experience is everything. Experience. We're going to talk about it. So, appreciate that. Like, subscribe, do your thing. Keep sharing out this show. We're going to help a lot of people understand AI and the jobs that people are taking so that you can anticipate. That was a point that Pat made. So you can anticipate what's going on next. Now, let's move on. Now that we also got the part with Pat, I want to go back to HubSpot. And on HubSpot, let's see what they said were jobs that can't get replaced. Because we heard Pat, let's quickly match it up with HubSpot, and then we're gonna keep it going to the next thing. So let's see. HubSpot, human resource managers, management, sales managers, management, marketing managers, management, public relations managers, management, CEOs or chief executives, management, event planners, exactly, kind of depends on the event, writers, kind of, but this is going to more than likely be management, software developers, obviously. AI's got to get their editors. Yeah, editor. Like even for me, I use ChatGPT, and I have social media managers, and we had copywriter and different things. And there's still things that I want personality wise, and AI doesn't know me. Like I'm not famous, so it can't really do it in my language. And so yeah, editors are still going to be a big thing with writers and different thing, graphic design. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. Let's move on to the next thing. With all that being said, with AI, we're going to stay on the jobs. Now, we have an article that said 300 million. Now, Pat's talked about 14%. I want to quickly go to our article that the BBC, and I know that BBC could stand for a lot of different things, but in this case, this is not what that is. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube, for that joke. But this is an article that the BBC did. And let's read this article really quickly. So it says artificial intelligence could replace a quarter of work tasks in the US and Europe, but many also mean new jobs and productivity both. Let's see. Employment prospects. We want to make sure that AI is complementing the way that we work in the UK. The report notes AI's impact will vary across different sectors. 46% of tasks in administrative and 44% in legal professions could be automated, but only 6% in construction. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, BBC News says, yeah, bro. Yeah. Hey, man, they gotta really change that name. Let's see. The only thing I am sure of is that there is no way of knowing how many jobs will be replaced by AI. Okay, let's get down to some good stuff. Pinch of salt. What is this? 60% of workers are in occupations that did not exist in 1940. That is interesting. But other research suggests that 1980s has displaced workers faster than it has created jobs. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe. That's all other thing. Is that it? What the? Okay, you know what? That's my bad, y'all. I didn't read the article completely because I mean it has such a compelling title. AI replaces 300 equivalent to 300 million jobs. So let's go on to some of the other parts though that I want to hit, because I want to talk about fast food. We kind of hit retail, we kind of hit a couple of different things, but I think that fast food in particular is coming up really, really fast. And I want to pull up something that California just did, and they will be announcing. I'm not an expert on what California is doing when it comes down to the minimum wage and what's all going to happen with that. But I do know that they raised minimum wage to $20 an hour, and they're going to do that. And I think that, which I'm going to save most of my opinion, but I believe this could be a massive, massive mistake, especially if the country, plays along with California and they want to raise income. Let's talk about it. So here is an article that we're going to read. Teen Vogue wrote this article. Fast food restaurants are not just temporary employment for teenagers in need of summer jobs. Well, that's been the case for quite some time, exactly. Real struggles that the industry, 3.6 million workers face every day. As of 2021, 26-year-old women in fast food is a massive global industry. Okay. Got it. It's a big win when the federal minimum wage has not budged since 2009. There might be a reason for that, but I'll save that for it. I'll actually save what I feel about minimum wage for a different thing, a different show. But let's go. We're going to crack some numbers real quick. While our wages will increase will help, a great first step. Even with the $20 increase, it is not enough compared to the cost of living in Los Angeles. Well, you know what, friend, you might want to move. And I know people can't move, but you might have to figure out a way to get up out of there. Okay. In 2023, the 10 largest publicly traded fast food companies spent about $6.1 billion on stock buybacks. There's a reason for that. Using the most generous, unrealistic assumptions, the new minimum wage law could cost employers a maximum of $4.6 billion annually. Employers could pay $4.6 billion annually. I'm telling you, there's a big thing about this. This includes McDonald's, Subway, Burger King, and others who are subject to the new minimum wage could cover the increase in worker wages. Okay, so and this is, of course they're going to add this in there. Over 80% of California's fast food workers are people of color, and 2/3 of them are women. Okay, of course I was waiting for that part to get added in there. Oh boy. So that's the whole thing with that. So here's the thing. We're gonna break this down, and why this is. California has a lot. Look, I'm not from California, but let me tell you, California has a lot of issues, and their cost of living, as high as it is, how high, like, it's ridiculous to afford a home. I know people who bought $1 million homes in California and they got to gut the whole thing. It's terrible, ugly, and they're like 1,600 square foot homes, 2,000 square foot homes. I'm in Texas. I buy $1 million home. I'm going to live like a king. So there's a lot of issues in California outside of just raising minimum wage. By the way, if you don't think that these $1 billion companies are going to figure it out, they're going to. There's an article. Oh man, I wish I would have pulled it up. I'm going to give you guys the article though. There's an article that I was reading, and the article talked about in California, in particular in California. Let me find the article. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna give you guys the article, but there's an article in particular in California of a guy. I seen on Apple News. Yeah, Los Angeles Times. So let's see. Let me see if I can find it. So I want you guys to see this and how this is going to affect workers with AI, because this part, Los Angeles Times. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. I didn't realize I still had this going. Let me start. We got the music playing, going to sleep in the background. Let's see. Los Angeles Times. Fast food operators rushing to use AI. Yep, I found it. Perfect. I want to show you guys this article real quick, because this is exactly what is going to start to happen. Fast food operators rushing to use AI in the wake of minimum wage hikes. Listen to this. I don't even know how to say this name, so I'm not going to even attempt it. But the Guy family and his family operates 180 Burger Kings, Taco Bells, and Popeye's Chicken. So this is a guy who is a fast food owner. He owns fast food restaurants. And effect info was to start capping workers' hours to avoid overtime pay. But the biggest thing Guy and his family are doing does not directly involve workers at all. They've sped up and expanded their use of technology, especially AI. This is going to be key. This is going to be a segment that we're going to really talk about really quick. Because if you really think about, let's just look at this. Fast food retail, it's everywhere. A lot of people are employed by it. And our economy really does lean on it. Fast food is not going anywhere at all. Like, I don't care what's going on. People will always want a very quick way to eat food. They want convenience. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of cases where fast food is cheaper. That's a whole other thing. But there's a lot of cases where fast food is actually cheaper than going to the grocery store for families. So this is not going nowhere. But what's scary is that when you're raising minimum wage on these corporations, because you're trying to affect the rich and the corporations, which I understand that, the problem is you have people who are franchise owners or small business owners, and they're not going to be paying $20 an hour. And as wage goes up, technology is actually getting better, and technology is getting cheaper, especially in the robotics. So let's see what he's got to say about this, because he's already making the play. This family's going to make a play. Let's see. Labor costs have AI handle customer orders made at the drive-through. So, but what has them most hopeful is that right now they've moved. First of all, right now they've moved by several years their plans to install self-serving kiosks at all their locations, including 25 out of the state. So they're going to replace the people taking orders. This is a family, right? This isn't McDonald's. This is a franchise owner who's done very well. They have 180 franchises. But imagine going from $14, $15 an hour to $20 an hour. What is that? Like a 30%? What is that? Like a 30% change? Let's see. 15 divided by 20. Yeah, so that's a 25% increase. Do you realize what a 25% increase does to a person's bottom line in business? That is crazy. So yeah, they're going to speed that process up. Let's keep going. And that's going to replace some of the kiosks. So customer orders, drive-throughs, of course, in California. Not that AI-led drive-through is quite ready to prime time as of today's system, but it's happening. Okay. It has potential to be of being most impactful. That's what he's saying. With their family, with publish, guys raised. Okay, guy said he raised. Listen to this. Guy said he raised prices overall this year by just 2%, but that's not been the norm. So they're raising food prices. This family, visible soon to be widely adopted on all kinds of kiosks ordering food. So all the people we're seeing this in McDonald's all the time right now. You can go to a lot of mainstream McDonald's and you just make your order at the kiosk. Of course, we can order on the app and just go to the drive-thru or go to the little pickup signs and just pick up food. People don't realize that this is going to drive profitability to employers. And by the way, I'm an employer. There's a lot of employers that I know. They don't want to not hire, mankind. They don't want, Alexa's doing orders. But here's the thing. Alexa is going to be a lot cheaper to take the order. And I just got to buy me a $10,000, $20,000 Alexa. And I don't need to know if they're going to take off of work. They're not going to call in sick. They can work 24 hours. You know what I mean? They're not going to get the order wrong. They're not going to get complaints. So Alexa is going to be able to take these orders and be a lot more profitable than me paying you $20 an hour. You got to think about it. So let's say this robot costs me $10,000 to get it. At $20 an hour, 40 hours a week, that's $3,200 a month. So $32,000 a month, I can pay you. By the way, I can pay you for 4 months. That's $12,000. Or I can buy Alexa, and Alexa could work with maintenance for 5 freaking years with some software updates for $10,000. That's going to save me. What is that going to save me? Listen to this. So if that's 3,200 times 12, so that's $38,000 a year. If Alexa works for me, and I'm just calling it that, that's $192,000 I'm paying an employee for 5 years. I can buy a robot for $10,000, $20,000. I just literally added. I mean, you gotta understand. I just added $182,000 to my bottom line. If I did that and I cut I mean, you got 180 locations. Let's say you cut 1,000 workers. So I cut 1,000 workers in 5. Man, oh my God! In 5 years, listen to this. I can hire, instead of paying you $20 an hour, I can get a robot, pay $10,000, $20,000 for the robot. I will save $182 million over 5 years. $182 million over 5 years. Of course, the business is going to do that. That is a wild number. Okay. Rosa, she said that amounted to $108 in additional. Look, that's what I'm. Wait a minute. Hold up. That's what I'm freaking on it. I'm starting to really cook. Uh-oh. Shoot, I didn't mean to remove that. Let me move that back. Uh-oh. Add to stage. Boom. Let me get this here. Right here. Basic pay rose to $20 an hour. That amounted to $180,000 in additional labor costs per store per year within a month of the wage hike. That's a lot of money. So the hardest part is when you have people with accents. Okay, that's what I'm saying. They're already like, look, we're going to get rid of people. New customers including Burger King. Disclose the company sales increased 10,000. Yeah. So I'm not going to go through this. A pretty long article. Check out the article for yourself. The pandemic boosted drive-through traffic at food stand places to about 80% of the sales. That's what I'm saying. So people are not even walking in. There's a lot of stores that's not even having those type of things going on. So now, if you're thinking, real quick, okay, this is all speculation. You're thinking this is all speculation, right? Joe, there is no way. I hear it, but this is all hearsay. Is this really going to happen? Hold your horses, partner. Let me go ahead and talk to you. I want to show you something that's going on right freaking now in the great state of Texas. You got to understand, in the great state of Texas, where is it at? McDonald's has already started its process. Listen up. McDonald's has already started its process. And they said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and have a fully automated McDonald's. Now, there is a few robots, but there's a fully automated McDonald's in Texas that is actually running. And this bad boy is not doing a bad job at all. This McDonald's isn't doing a bad job. So if you're thinking, I'm okay, but I would have to tell you, if you're thinking you're okay, I would have to tell you this, that as our good friend, our very good friend, Cardi B would say, it ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. Check this article out. Because I want you to see this article here. When we're talking about things already starting to happen. Welcome to the first ever McDonald's where you're served by robots. This bad boy is happening in Fort Worth, Texas. The branch is fully automated and requires no human contact to order and pick up your favorite meal. The introvert's dream. That's funny. So people are going to this McDonald's and it's stating that the restaurant includes new features, including the order ahead lane, where customers can receive their order on a conveyor belt. This thing is going to get really, really freaking weird. By the way, if you don't know this, they got Tesla robots. You guys got to know there's Tesla's about to try to release their Tesla robots really, really soon. So understand that that's happening really quickly. So those robots are going to be coming out too. All right. Inside the restaurants, there's the delivery. There are also kiosks where customers can get their orders, pick up shelf. Outside the restaurant, there are several parking spaces dedicated to curbside pickup drivers. The introduction of the new technology has divided people online. Where there goes millions of jobs. This will put so many people out of work. How many people have actually worked for McDonald's? I'm like, people work for fast food just to get started. Look at this the machine looks like. Man, okay, this thing is going to be getting there. Now, with that, I want to show you this too. So this has already kind of started here. And then look at this. Let me pull up. Where is it at? Where? Here we go. Business Insider showing how AI is doing the orders with AI. So from taking orders to cutting avocados, AI is solving the labor shortage problem for fast food chains. Solving some issues, not just price. So these bad boys, look. AI voice bots taking over in White Castle, McDonald's, Pizza, DoorDash. Deployed by Chipotle and DoorDash. The timing is right. About 58% of restaurant operators surveyed said using tech and automation to alleviate labor shortages would become more common this year. This thing is happening. Voice automated ordering systems, 79%. This thing is happening. Chick-fil-A. You're going to look, check this out. You're going to end up having Alexa. Alexa's going to be sitting there talking about my pleasure. You know what I mean? My bad, I didn't even see that. You said I was the best fry girl. Funny. Just imagine Alexa and Siri talking about some my pleasure. It's going to be kind of wild out here with that. Checkers, Domino's. Domino's biggest pizza food chain in the world. They're looking at automating AI, 1,800 locations. Chipotle, look at all your favorite restaurants. Some AI robot is going to be sitting there creating your burrito. You're going to be getting wok. McDonald's, we already seen that. Carl's Jr., Taco Bell. These things are happening. Are you starting to get the picture of what I mean by AI is taking your job? This is just an expose. Are you starting to see what I mean by AI is taking your job? Retail, fast food, different technology, writers, editors. This thing is starting to happen at a crazy pace. But there's more, ladies and gentlemen. There's more. They're like, Joe, this has been, I'm just trying, look, this episode, I said AI is going to take your job. This is all I want to explain to you how much AI is going to take your job. If you don't start understanding that you got to compete and you got to differentiate. Pat said you got to leverage, you got to anticipate what's going on. You have to understand how to give an experience. The world is changing so fast, man. I don't know what my daughter is going to be ordering from. But there's more. Joe, what do you mean there's more? Oh, there's more. Let's go ahead and go to Uber. Now, I want to talk about this really quickly because with the whole Uber thing, let me tell you why this is so freaking interesting with Uber. Uber comes out. If you don't know what Uber is, rideshare. Uber comes out and they're like, hey, we're going to be the biggest taxi company without ever owning taxis. And so we're going to position ourselves to make it easy for anybody to get a ride anywhere they want to go using their peers' vehicles, and their peers are going to give them a ride. Now, uniquely, what Uber has done is Uber has also given people an opportunity to make an income part-time. Now, what is so interesting about this Uber thing is that people with the whole ride share communities, of course, you got your Ubers, you got Lyft, you have the different things like DoorDash, Uber Eats. But what's so interesting about this whole community is that people have now decided to have full-time incomes. Literally, people are driving around all day with their Uber app and their Lyft app, taking turns driving for 16 hours, making a full-time income. Now, you're thinking, why in the world would Uber, they don't even own cars, why would they want to develop and partner with Tesla and do self-driving cars and kill that whole opportunity base? Well, it's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's for cash flow. It's for money. That's what makes the world go round. And Uber deciding that, you know what, we're going to go ahead and implement Skynet technologies and drive folks around. By the way, what was that movie on Netflix? That was with the cars. Either way, the point of the matter is, what's so interesting about this is Uber has built this wonderful company. They have this beautiful business model, and they're so greedy. By the way, nothing against Uber, because their company is capitalist. It is what it is. But they're so greedy, saying, you know what? There is more profit in us actually owning the cars and then having self-driving vehicles. So they're going to cut out the biggest thing that, honestly, rideshare, the opportunity is what made Uber. Because if you didn't have people with a car to drive people around, then there would be no Uber. And now Uber is like, dude, I want to test self-driving cars and get rid of you and keep even more of the profit. So if you thought that this whole thing was about getting your job taken, by the way, if you don't think you have a job if you're doing Uber, it's like, oh, I don't work for anybody. Well, yeah, I guess you don't, but you don't own the platform, so you kind of do work for Uber because they pay you after they collect their fee. But here's the point of the matter. If you thought that this thing was just retail and ChatGPT doing writing, well, guess what? They're coming after your independent opportunities as well. They're going to take your job as well. Now, we have a little article, and we're going to look at this article really quickly about, USA Today. Taking an Uber in Phoenix, your next ride may not have a driver. This is so interesting. By the way, I know that in Austin, Texas, they are doing the test. They're testing right now. Don't be surprised if your Uber ride shows up without someone behind the wheel. Uber is launching its first driverless rides through a partnership with whatever that is. Waymo, self-driving taxi companies owned by Google parent company Alphabet. Oh, that's right. They're doing it with Alphabet. Tesla is doing their own one as well. It'll be a rider-only experience with no driver behind the wheel, and the goal of autonomous vehicles for a long time has been to get to this moment. How does it work? Riders will be notified by the Uber app when they are matched with a driverless Waymo vehicle, and we'll have this whole thing going. Here's the interesting part. Riders will have access to customer service 24/7. Got it. Okay. Are self-driving cars safe? Uber launch comes to the Week Cruise, another self-driving taxi company, halt to operations in San Francisco. The DMV's got to do that. Driverless cars. There have been some reports. Got it. By the way, all this stuff about the reports and all, if you don't think that they're going to figure out driverless cars for sure and get this thing working worldwide while we're all connected to the internet, it's going to happen. So that's interesting that they're ordering it now. We really feel like this is a moment that helps set us apart in what we're doing to promote a safe rider experience. This is happening. They're coming after your opportunity jobs. AI is going to take over. And if you're thinking, well, Joe, you know what? Amazon is a major company, and why don't I just do Amazon deliveries, because I'm already kind of doing like Grubhub, and I'm doing DoorDash, and these things are still needed. Well, guess what? Guess what? Guess flipping what? Oh my God. I'm just going to surprise you with this one. I know we talked about it, but let me just hit you with a surprise. A first look at a new delivery drone slated to start delivering. It never really got working like that. This was in 2022, but guess what? They are working on it like crazy. First of all, let me stop real quick. I got to say something because I didn't even bring this up about jobs that are going to get taken. Do you realize that this whole Amazon delivery thing, first of all, pretty cool. Let's just admit, pretty cool. But do you realize how crazy and how impactful this is? First, Amazon has already massively disrupted. Oh my God, the distribution with FedEx and UPS. I forgot what that's called. Forgive me for what that's called. But they've already massively disrupted that industry by having their own. Oh my God, I can't remember what it's called. By doing it themselves, by cutting out the middleman and doing it themselves. Do you realize when Amazon figures out, and they got the old rules with flying around, once they get all that figured out, think about how many people work for Amazon 7 days a week. How many people have built little franchises delivering for Amazon 7 days a week? How many people are going to literally be out of work doing basic small deliveries? We're talking about massive numbers. That we're starting to get to how we can see this 300 million. These robots are literally getting tested to fly. So, by the way, how cool would that be? You order something today, you go on Amazon, boom, you order it, boom. They're like, instead of next day delivery, it's like next hour delivery with a drone. Crazy. All those delivery jobs, all those people, they're just going to be like a few people stuffing boxes. By the way, they're going to figure out how to automate that part. So that whole thing, if you're thinking you're safe and you're doing deliveries and you're just walking up to people's doors, it ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. That thing is coming very, very quickly as well. So the question now is what? You're like, Joe, you kind of beat me up this whole time. Science fiction, you showed me, you've proven AI is going to take jobs. By the way, we can be on this topic for hours. And if you think I'm not going to end up having this topic again, we're going to end up talking about it again. Because as things change, this is going to be a topic. But this is the Joe Cash Flow. So we eventually got to talk about how you can make some cash flow in this thing. Now, one of the things that Pat talked about was anticipation. Another thing that AI cannot do is they cannot manage. They can't think. It can't be creative. It can't be innovative. It can predict based on the previous knowledge it has, but it can't be creative and innovative. So where is the opportunity? First of all, you've probably got a couple of years until your Uber delivery job is over, fast food over, doing deliveries over. These things are going to happen. You're an editor. You're doing basic little copyright for people. It's over. Video editing, it's over. You got a couple of years before it's a wrap. So you got to start today. You got to start building skills today. Go back and watch the video. Pat talked about the different skills that you can build. What you have to start really focusing on right now are things that robots can't do that you can create as a human. Now, me, I'm an entrepreneur. I love business. I'm in a business that is an emotional attachment type of business. So AI can't be emotional. It can't help you make an emotional decision. It can help you make an amazing logical decision. It can give you amazing analytics, but it can't help you make an emotional decision. So for you, you have to understand that, you know what? I need to be in position to help people make decisions, and I need to manage. I can manage the robots, manage AI, and help it make decisions as well. Another thing that you got to look at is say, you know what? How can I invest in this technology as fast as possible? Instead of, by the way, working for fast food and eating all the fast food, maybe you can start. Well, I'm not giving financial advice, so that's not what I'm telling you to do. But you can look at, man, what if I take some of my money and I start investing in AI? Because most people, by the way, will not retire. The average retirement age has already went up, so most people aren't going to retire. But we have, especially with millennial, you have a lot of time to invest in these technology, and then you can actually just live off of course, what you've made through your investment into this breakthrough technology. And there's a lot of companies. I'm not going to go through looking at it, but there's a lot of companies that's already making robotics that are publicly traded that you can look into, and you can say, you know what, maybe I can invest in these companies because they're more than likely going to be the future. What's some other things that you can look at? Well, some other things that you can look at, and this is probably the most important advice here, is this. You can, every Friday night, subscribe, put your alert on, and watch the Joe Cashflow Show. Because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to break down different things, different opportunities all the time. Matter of fact, if you go back and watch an episode that I did, my episode 3, go watch that. I was live helping people, asking questions on Reddit about side hustles and businesses, and I'm helping them make some decisions based on some of the skill sets that they have. So you should probably do that. Here's some things that you probably don't want to do because we've already seen it. You don't want to go back to college because we already seen that most of those college degrees are going to be getting taken by AI. So we already know that that's going to happen, right? So we don't even have to look at that. You got to create cash flow, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about the industry, but you got to create some cash flow. You got to put yourself in position to provide experiences, especially and here's some things to some of the restaurant owners or different people. Pat made a great point about experiences. So if you have a business or you want a side hustle, if you focus on experience with people, things that, like I said, emotional, soft skills, emotional intelligence, helping people make decisions. If you focus on experience, giving people an experience, you're going to be just fine. You're going to make a whole lot of money. Now, I will say that AI does present something in a very unique opportunity. The unique opportunity to this thing, and this is what I'm going to take advantage of with AI and technology. The unique opportunity is that this wealth gap right now is truly widening more than ever. The wealth gap is widening more than ever. And because the wealth gap is widening more than ever, you're either going to make a lot of freaking cash or you're going to be really freaking broke. The best part about this is with technology right now, every time there's a big technology shift, I'm looking at it and I'm like, how do I get an automated restaurant right now? Right? They got these different boxes of automated restaurants that you can purchase. They make pizza, they make all kinds of stuff, burgers, fries, all kind of weird little kiosk vending machines. They're coming back, right? You got to look at some of these things and invest in some of these things because you can get really freaking rich right now. It is crazy. You can be the brokest person in the world and you start getting into AI right now and you could probably become a millionaire this year. Some of the things that people are still doing old school, you can leverage, even in your business today. How do you leverage that today? How do you leverage that? As a side hustle, there's so much to do. But you can just see that the wealth gap is growing. But I actually believe it's getting easier. It's going to be very easy for a short amount of time to get on the other side of that wealth gap by understanding how this technology works. So I'm going to encourage you, of course, to invest some time. Understand how you can use your talent with it. Maybe even invest some money into this to understanding this technology, because you have a real opportunity to make an insane amount of wealth. But if you don't, you're going to be on the other side. And we already know that AI is going to take your freaking job. So with that being said, guys, this was a fun episode. Very technical episode. We went through a lot of information. I don't want to scare anybody, but sometimes the facts is the facts. The truth is the truth. Good thing about people like myself, I'm out here and I'm literally giving you real data and showing what's really going on. So if you can do me a favor, you can like, you can subscribe, you can turn on the notifications, you can share this out. I am going to clip this stuff around. I know that we had we had a few little technology issues, but that's okay. We're going to keep getting better and better and better. And we're going to keep having crazy episodes with the Joe Cashflow Show. And we're going to keep helping people make some more money. And we're going to keep exposing some things and putting people in position. So definitely share this bad boy out. Look out for the clips. Look out for the different things on the different platforms like TikTok. But I do appreciate you guys getting going. If you're watching the Joe Cashflow Show after the fact, guess what? You'll have an opportunity to get on here live with me Fridays, 10 p.m.-ish. But it's Friday, 10 p.m. Where you're going to just get that late night show, get that late night entertainment for yourself. So with that being said, Joe Cashflow Show, appreciate the episode. We had a great time tonight. And man, get out there and get that cash flow going up, make some money. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye.